1390. Hope you're tuned in. Hey, Miss Marcella, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey, you want to let us up?
On record.
I tell you, good to see you. Hey, thank you guys for coming along for the ride. We're going to have a good time today. You're behind the scenes at AM 1390 with Marcella Jones. Yeah, so we're going to be having some hot topics this year. We're really going to get down with it this year. And so you tune in, follow me on Facebook, and of course on the AM 1390 page. Relation tips for your relationships. Holla! What are your...
Oh, my little tips. I just actually found those.
Since I was doing the 100 days.
I know you're not going to agree with them, but it's good. Because I'm sure a lot of people got these same tips. You know, a lot of times we as singles, you know, we think that if we get these little tips, these are the tips that help us get to the next level as it relates to relationships and finding. We shouldn't, as women, we shouldn't be finding anyway. So I just thought they were really great. One of them was, I will change my attitude about dating because there are great men out there and I will do what I need to do to meet them.
Oh, you waiting on my comment on it? It all depends on what they mean by doing what I need to do. See, my philosophy is totally different. I don't think that a woman should be looking. I think that a woman should be found. Proverbs 18:22. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. Now, you know, I will say, you know, because my wife wasn't looking, I looked for her. She just slowed up so I could catch her. That's all. So,
and I'm glad you brought that up because how do you do that? How do you, for the woman that is on the go, that's working in the ministry and trying to stay busy, trying to stay focused, how do you actually slow up? How do you do that?
Well, I think when I say slow up, what I actually mean is that you're evaluating and you're testing the waters to make sure that the criteria this person has is one that fits who you are and where you are in the Lord. You know, that kind of thing. Okay. Right. Yeah, there got to be a time of evaluation. Has to be, and here's what happens. You know, whenever women make the first moves, they're setting themselves up for disappointment. The average man, men are hunters, men are conquerors. You know, and so we need to challenge. You even said that yourself last week.
Of course. Yeah. Because men, they really do like a challenge. But here's the deal, Pastor. We're living in 2012 now.
Okay.
So we're hearing, you know, a lot of things that are going on and a lot of the reality shows. People watch reality shows. And so now we're seeing, you know, the women being the one that says, okay, I desire to be married. We've been together for however long. So now I'm going to ask you to be my husband. Mm-hmm. That's where we're living in now.
Right.
So,
and then my question would be, where's Dr. Phil when you need him? How's that working for you? It's not working. Why isn't it working? Because it's an inversion of what God has designed. I mean, his way is the best way. Still. It's still the best way. So cultures have changed. The Bible says this, the grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God endures forever. You know, he's the Lord, he doesn't change. And so, you know, I still think the biblical principles are the best principle. You know, what does God primarily want a man to do? Love his wife like Christ loved the church. What's he want a woman to do? Submit to her husband and respect him. Still works. You know, so when we come in with the new and the contemporary, there are certain things that ought not change.
And that's one of them.
That's one of them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the people have to say. Because I found a lot of women now are getting to a place of where they're saying, you know, I don't want to wait anymore. So now I'm going to go out and I'll find him. I'll put myself in a position to find him as opposed to him finding you. I just talked to one of my friends the other day that said a friend of hers proposed to her mate. And I was just thinking, wow, really? Is that what you all are doing now? Yeah, so that's shocking.
It is. It is. And, you know, perhaps it'll work out for her, perhaps.
But are you dooming? Are
Nine
you
times out of
putting
10.
yourself in a position to be doomed by doing that?
Well, I wouldn't use the word doom.
Okay.
I would say that you are setting yourself up to the point where you won't be able to maximize the relationship. You won't be able to do it. You know? Yeah. Because it's just certain parameters in the relationships that God has already designed. I mean, these some things are not going to change, by and large. Exceptions to every rule, but by and large, it's not going to change.
I'm actually going to bring that up. Is that okay? And then can we talk about your 100?
Sure.
What you call it again?
100 ways in 100 days.